Hi, welcome to Queer Reality Tarot. My name is Ro. I'm going to be doing a pick a card, 3 separate readings today in honor of solstice. So if you're listening to this on December 20th, happy solstice. If you're in the Northern Hemisphere, happy winter solstice. I want to kind of bring in the theme of thinking of solstice as like kind of like a new moon, kind of seed planting, bulb planting. What is it that you're like planting or kind of leaning into that you're going to marinate or hibernate on as we go into the dark season? So I'm going to go ahead and show you these 3 cards here from the Sacred Rebels Oracle. I kind of covered the words on purpose here, so you can just go with the imagery to see what draws you. So this will be the first reading, the second reading, and the third reading. Okay, so I'm going to go and do this one first. We'll set these over here. So I'm just going to start out with 3 cards, and we'll just see how the story takes us. So the theme of this is what you want wants you, number 7. So I'll go ahead and shuffle these cards. And also, I'm going to say this now, if you can, I'm learning a lot about YouTube here and the algorithms and how we can support the little people on YouTube, that when you like and subscribe, it really helps with you getting the videos that you're interested in, and it also helps attract people who like similar things to the particular channel you're watching. So if you like and subscribe, it'll help people find me, and it'll help things you like find you. So if you can like and subscribe, it's kind of an easy way to support little YouTubers like me. And also, I should say, if you want a private reading, there's a link, and I do private readings online or in person. Okay, so group 1, let's get you going here. So I'm going to get 3 stacks. I'm going to feel into which one. I'm going to go with this one. Okay, so let's just do 3 cards here and see what story emerges here. So thinking about the seeds that you're planting, we got, wow, 2 voices and inspiration. So these are the equivalent to swords and wands if you're using a more traditional deck. So starting out with the theme, what you want wants you. So just kind of feeling into, this is making me think how often, at least as far as what I've learned, and I don't know what your belief system is, but we have, as far as what I've come to understand, we have these spirit helpers, these helping spirits that are just there ready to work with us, to be our cheerleaders and helpers. And so that which we're here to do, it wants us to, so it's really about feeling, and I'm seeing a lot of air energy, and voices are air. So there's just a lot of air here. And then even though inspiration is fire, there's this flowing up. So it's a lot of connecting to the spirit realm. So it could be like planting the seed and the intention. Some of the practices around this could be a lot of quiet time, meditation, tripping out in your own beautiful mind, your creativity, your imagination, drawing, being like inspired. Like, it's making me think of, I don't want to get into it too much, but kind of the opposite of something that's canned, that's formatted, formulaic. What can you do that's more intuitive, improvisational? So that's kind of the general theme that I'm seeing here, is just a lot of intellectual, spiritual connection, kind of like the higher chakras, so to speak. So Ace of Voices, this is really about stepping into your authentic expression. And this is saying that there's this new cycle of how you are going to express yourself. And that's part of what you want wants you. The more you step into your authentic self, the more it's going to be attracted to you, the thing you're meant to do here, like the work you do. And when I say work, I don't mean like just the paycheck, but like how we are of service to the earth, to the community, to our higher self or whatever. So Ace of Voices, so really thinking about, as you're meditating over the winter, like just being quiet and hibernating, really thinking about what is your authentic expression. I can hear somebody at my door. Trying not to be distracted. I'm in a squeaky old house. So yeah, as you're spending the winter hibernating, just really feeling into what wants to go. What do you want to let go of from your closet, or any of those things that just are your old ways of expressing yourself. And this next one, the Seven of Voices, this card is about, yeah, wow. This really fits into it because it makes me think of kind of like the false self and the real self. So traditionally this card is about deception. Foxes have the reputation in if they can be deceptive or they can be really clever. Once again, we've got that intellect, the air. But because of this card within the context, I would say this is an opportunity for you to let compost over the winter any false versions of yourself, any masks that are not really who you are. And that when you come into, oh yeah, and look at this circles right around back to this. When you do this, you end up with, the Page card has this energy of like when a lot of us first move out of our parents' home, and like there's all this enthusiastic energy around potential. There's so many things I could do, so this has that energy with the magic wand or inspiration. So this is very much about your seed, your bulb being planted, is really getting clear and honest with yourself on what is your most truest, most honest expression. And with that, the ideas and what you can create and think of are just going to pop off. It's going to be amazing. What you want wants you. The perfect circle. Oh, beautiful. Okay. Let's get to the second group. And oh yeah, and just as a reminder too, this was an amethyst, which I do not know all the things that stands for. So you can look that up too if you want to go a little deeper. Okay, so group 2, we have this, turn it that way, this beautiful turquoise, new birth, guarded vigilante. Ooh. And there's a green butterfly on their shoulder, beautiful beaded necklaces, and a new plant. Oh, gorgeous. Makes me think of a really precious birth or like a newborn baby. Guarded vigilante. And 24, number 6. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the deck here. Okay. I'm going to go with this middle one. Okay. Ooh, the Page of Materials. I love that card. I mean, I love a lot of these cards. Ooh, the Tower. I got a major arcana there. Ooh, and the Moon. You got 2 major arcanas. Oh, shit. Okay, this is big stuff for you. Okay. So we have new birth, guarded vigilante. So the Page of Materials, this card is about, so Page, we got the Page energy again, which once again it's, oh, you might not have heard the first reading. They got a Page card too. So the Page is this energy of like, I just moved out of my parents' house and there's all this potential and I have all these choices. There's a lot of really energy. There's not a lot of baggage yet. It's like, it's very light, enthusiastic, excited energy. And this card is all about that which this person's imagining is going to come into the 3-dimensional life. So materials, this is your body, the places you choose to go to, like your job or the places that you hang out in, your home, how you dress, things like that. So this is saying, as you go, you plant the seeds and the bulbs, and we've got a new birth here, and keeping that protected, but there's this new, what do you want to create? And so as you go into the winter, if you already know what that is, I would say you don't need to rush on it. You can just keep marinating. But this is very much, or it might be getting kind of the dominoes in a row or something to get ready for it. But there's definitely a new spark. I would say like a spark of creation that's happening for you. And the Tower card, which some people are like, oh no, not the Tower card. I love the Tower card. So this one is really about letting the old ways crumble, and that just has to happen. There has to be, it can be really disorienting. So this can be a relationship ending, a job ending, moving, or it even might just be a realization, like for me, for example, realizing my gender identity, that I'm non-binary, which was a wonderful thing, but it's like all of a sudden it was kind of this this crumbling apart of what a lot of structures that I had kind of accidentally ended up part of. So it can be exciting energy, it can be difficult, but it can be, yeah, like super exciting, but oftentimes it's something that's sort of disorienting. So part of the energy of this is really surrendering. And then the Moon card, this is about, yeah, I'm really feeling, when I like looking at all this together, it feels like you may not even exactly know what this new birth is, or if you do know what it is, it's kind of in the first stages, like literally your seed is the seed, that you've got this little brewing idea, and that there's some things that need to crumble in order for that to happen. And part of that, for like the Moon card, is really about your inner knowing. It's about not being able to see, like kind of being in the dark. So we've got this surrender energy again. There's really some surrender energy in the Moon, and you can see in this card there are two different paths. It's also, it can feel like an indecisiveness. And so the Moon has kind of like, if you get caught in that, well, should I do this or that, or this or that, or this or that, they actually both lead to the same place. In this, you could take it that way, but the main takeaway is really about going inside, being quiet, feeling into your intuition. So yeah, like circling back, the new birth and guarded vigilante, it just really feels like you have this protected little baby seed that you're going to be protecting and keeping safe and marinating, and kind of letting other things crumble away to make room for it. And whenever it feels wobbly or you feel disoriented, to really feel into that inner knowing, that quiet contemplation, sleeping, being in hot water, not necessarily knowing right now, moving slowly. A lot of feeling. This is a lot of feeling into before doing. So yeah, beautiful and really, really interesting. Okay, third group here. Move this one out of the way. And once again, it was a turquoise if you want to look that up. Okay, and then the third group, we have the tiger's eye. Softly, softly, the tender touch. Oh, wow. I always am surprised at how lightweight the tiger's eye is. Oh, wow. Which is making, I feel like I'm being drawn, and my body's being drawn to that, because that's part of this softly, softly, like compared to like this heavy rock. Oops. This is a very, very heavy rock, or even compared to these other rocks for the other readings. It's soft. It's very light and kind of airy, even though it's super strong. So it's like, I mean, as far as I remember, tiger's eye symbolizes protection and strength, but it's light, It's really cool. Okay, so, and I randomly put this with that, by the way, but I'm just realizing now how they go well together. Okay, so let's do your spread on what are you planting right now? What bulbs or seeds, kind of new moon energy are you putting into the soil for the dark season? Which I know, I guess we're moving towards the light, but still, oh, you got a bonus card just popped out. Okay, so we'll set that one over here. Okay. Go and cut the deck here. Okay. Well, I'm definitely going with this one because that really flopped out and drew my attention. Okay. So we've got 6 of materials, the 10 of materials, and the 2 of voices. Okay. So, oh, this is interesting. So this is definitely, and I got that nudge with this right away. So this really, it fits in. So this one, it was really softly, softly, the tender touch. I mean, this can definitely be with ourselves, but it was feeling more like how you are with other people. And the bonus card, the 3 of emotions, basically signs off on that. The 3 of emotions is about, I think of this, they look like the same person, but they're actually, it's kind of more like soul siblings. So they all share the same heart. And it's being in relationship and connection with 2 other people, or maybe one more than that, but generally it's oftentimes literally a group of 3, and that kind of sacred relationship, the triad. So it's like chosen, kind of like chosen, heart-centered siblinghood, your ride or dies. So thinking about your connections to other people, the 6 of materials is about balancing how much you give and receive. So I'm thinking about being in a relationship with others. How much energy are you putting out? How much time and energy are you giving them over what you're giving yourself? And so you can see here, this person's very much in balance with how much they give and how much they receive. So I'd say what I'm getting is, for your, like, the seed contemplation for the winter is to evaluate your relationships and who you spend time with and who helps you feel into this softly, softly, the tender touch feeling. Like, which relationships feel soft and easeful, and like there's a shared heart and there's a balance of energy out and energy in, give and take. And see the energy that's created out of that too. It's like when that balance is there, it like sustains itself and generates more energy. There's not a drain. So noticing, when are you feeling drained when you're in relationships or in community. So the 10 of materials, this is about looking for, wanting peace and happiness, and it doesn't mean we don't there's no conflicts, but it's how are they dealt with, how is communication, how much are people operating from wounds instead of from their heart. So really looking for those connections in community where it feels heart-centered and balanced. Heart-centered and balanced. And when it feels confusing, like if there's a particular person where you're like, I don't know. We have this history, or they've done so much for me in the past. This card is about you being quiet and going within and feeling into your deepest sense of your inner values, integrity, your heart, your care for yourself, your ultimate goal to be in balance, heart-centered and harmonious community, to really feel into that inner knowing that you don't need to hem and haw, that if you can be quiet and settle in, you'll get the answer that's in alignment with these things. This is kind of like your eye on the prize, this sort of softness, soft, balanced harmony that you're seeking in relationships and community. Wow, beautiful. I love it so much. So yeah, those are the readings for solstice. I hope that whatever stack you chose resonated with you, or not stack, I guess card and then reading. And yeah, I just wish you a really peaceful winter if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, and peaceful as in lots of time for contemplation and joyful connection and community for everybody. Yeah, and stay tuned. I'm hoping to do one of these a week. Okay, thanks for listening. Bye.